World Cup final, Sunday dinner, cuciniamo. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is Johnny V from Cuciniamo with Johnny V. Today is Sunday, July 19th, and we are going to be making, or I am going to be making, some eggplant parmesan, Italian style, some chicken cutlets that I made before. I made the eggplant before as well, and then a tomato and pearl mozzarella balls salad with a simple sauce for the eggplant parmesan. So I'm going to get started, and we'll start with the chicken cutlets. I have a different way of making my chicken cutlets or cutting my chicken cutlets, and that is using a tortilla press. And that was in my first video, and my first video wasn't that great from a standpoint of just presentation and whatnot. But this time I'm going to, do it again and show you how I cut it. So let's get started. Okay, so for the chicken cutlets, I have my chicken breasts here. I've got some eggs that I mixed up. Got breadcrumbs. These are Italian seasoning breadcrumbs along with panko breadcrumb Italian seasoning, and I've added some additional salt, parsley, pecorino romano cheese, or Parmesan cheese, I'm sorry, and some garlic powder. So what I'm going to first do is, instead of cutting the chicken this way, I'm just going to cut it in a strip like this. And I'm not going to show you every one, and then I'm going to bread it and then fry them. I'm not going to show you that either, just because frying is simple. So I have the strip, got some wax paper, and I'm putting it on my tortilla press in the middle. I'm going to cover it with another piece of wax paper, close it. Let me get this out of the way, and then just press it down. And this flattens it. So this is my chicken breast. I don't have to cut it. I don't have to use a knife. It's simple. And the reason why I started doing it this way, because when I was slicing it sideways, I sliced the top of my hand because I cut too close. So that's how it is. That's how I'm going to do it. And then we'll come back with the other stuff. Okay, so I did the chicken cutlets. They're actually sitting in the egg right now, and I'll fry them as soon as I get done doing this, because I need to cut the eggplant so that it sits and the water comes out by sprinkling salt over it. And I'm going to slice these long ways instead of in small circles. So I'm using my mandolin, and I'm just going to cut it like this. These are the slices. And then I'm going to salt them, let them drain out the water that they have, and then fry them in oil. Okay, so I sliced these all, salted them, and now I'm just going to cover them and weight it down and let the water run out. Hey everybody, this is my daughter Gabriella. Next, I am making the tomato and mozzarella salad. Grape tomatoes and cut in half. Got the pearl mozzarella, and I'm just going to season it with some garlic, crushed garlic. Put that in there, and then some salt. And then I'm going to pour the mozzarella in. Got some fresh basil that I'm going to cut up. And then I am going to put some extra virgin olive oil, pour that. and a little bit of balsamic vinegar. Then just mix it up. I'm going to put this back into the refrigerator so it can get a little cool. Oh, just dropped some. And that's it. It's very simple. Nice summer salad. And next I'm going to start frying the chicken cutlets while the eggplant sits and drains its water out of it. So I'm frying up the chicken cutlets and then moving on to the eggplants. Okay, now I'm going to make just a simple sauce for the eggplant. I'm going to pour some extra virgin olive oil in the pot. Put this back on the stove and let that heat up a little bit and put my onions in. And then I'll pour my Mutti crushed tomatoes and add some seasoning, salt, pepper, and some fresh basil, and let that simmer for 30 minutes, and that'll be done. And yes, I did say simple sauce because guess what? Instead of gravy, because this is just tomatoes in here, no meat. And for those of you that came at me the last time, please don't come at me, because call it what you want. This is a sauce. And the other thing that I made was gravy when I made it with meat. Okay, so I'm going to actually cook these eggplants in the oven. I'm going to sprinkle them with some olive oil and then, or spray them with some olive oil and then place them in the oven to basically fry them up. And then I'll put it together because it's just easier for all that I have. Okay, so now it's time to put the eggplant together. I did put these in the oven instead of frying them in a pan and oil on the stove. Sprayed it with olive oil and put them in the oven for probably about 15 to 20 minutes each. And now I'm going to put it in the pan and put it together. So I'm going to put a layer of the simple sauce on the bottom. Coat that. Then I'm just going to take each eggplant, layer it on the bottom. And then sprinkle it with some sauce again. Sprinkle it with some sauce again and spread that out so it's nice and coated. And then I'm gonna layer it with, some fresh mozzarella. Break it into pieces. Some Parmesan cheese. I'm just going to do that with each layer. Lots of Parmesan cheese. Do that with each layer, and I'll show you when it's done. Hey everybody, this is my father-in-law, John. Has the same name as me. Say hello, Dad. No, say hello.
Hello. How are you? You all right? Next time you're going to try this, what he makes it, you gonna make it yourself all the time because it's delicious.